Hi everybody, today we are looking into session 2 for natural calamities for 6th grade. This session contains 3 parts: opening, main creation and the closure. In the opening, facilitator greets the class and then collect back at home activity worksheet which they did in the last week. And then recall previous session which was on natural calamities. And then ask students about anemometer activity which they did in the previous session and ask them what is anemometer. Students share their answers. And then ask students how and why earthquake happens. Students share their answers and tell them why and how does earthquake happens. And then we are moving into the main creation. Here students are going to do a model which says about simulation of earthquake. This explains how does earthquake happens. Here students are provided with paper plate, toothpick and clay. Students need to fill the paper plates with some soil and then using toothpick and clay balls they need to make a building like structure. After making this, students need to shake the paper plate slowly and observe what does happens for that model which they have prepared. And then tell them to do the same with other natural calamities like flood or drought, etc. And tell them that engineers nowadays build houses which survives earthquake, and as a precautionary measure when earth shakes or when people sense that earth is shaking, they need to come out of the house as a precautionary measure. And then we are moving into the next part of and then we are moving into the next part of main creation. In this part, students are going to learn about causes and effects of earthquake. Here, students are going to learn about causes of natural calamities. Some of the natural calamities causes are like this. First one, causes of flood. Causes of flood can be of two types: natural causes and man-made causes. Natural causes are like heavy rainfall, melting of snow and coastal floods are some of the natural causes for flood. And man-made causes are deforestation, insufficient number of capacity of dams, reservoirs and tanks, etc. And then rains, river overflow, strong wind in coastal area. All these are causes of some natural calamities. Facilitator needs to explain students one by one. And then causes of drought. The main causes of drought is lack of rainfall. And then we are looking into effects of natural calamities. Some of the effects are people and animals, health are main effects of flood. And then facilitator needs to tell effects of drought and tell students to imagine that people cannot go to schools and work because there is an outbreak of diseases as a result of lack of water of sanitary purpose. Tell students to imagine what happens if drought takes place and they cannot go to schools or offices. And then in the next part, students are given 3 post-it to each. Then facilitator writes 3 columns on the board. First column says natural calamities, second column says causes and third column says effects. Students need to write natural calamity whichever they want on one post-it, and in the second post-it they need to write effects of natural calamities which they have written in the first post-it. And the same natural calamity, they have to write causes in the third posting. Once they are done with writing, they need to come and stick it on board one by one. And then we are moving into the last part of this session, that is closure. Here, students are going to give at-home activity worksheet. And then they need to do assessment and observation for anemometer activity. And then students are provided at-home activity worksheet. In the at-home activity worksheet, they need to write and draw any natural causes that may strike their surrounding, and they need to draw a picture of them. With this, we are ending this session. See you in the next session. Thank you.